Morocco, Brazil, People's Republic of China, Colombia, Greece.
Recebam juízes para a segunda luta da categoria peso médio masculino até 75 quilos. Representantes do Marrocos, Brasil, República Popular da China, Colômbia e Grécia.
The referee from Canada.
O árbitro é representante do Canadá, Sr. Tony German.
Please welcome the boxer in the red corner, representing Kazakhstan.
Por favor, recebam o pugilista que ficará no canto vermelho. Representante do Cazaquistão, Janibek Alimkhanuly.
Entering the arena for his Olympic debut is the 4th ranked boxer in the world, the tournament #5 seed, and a man who is a really accomplished operator. Janibek Alimkhanuly, 23 years of age, from Kazakhstan. He'll be boxing out of the red corner.
E agora, por favor, recebam o pugilista que ficará no canto azul. Representante da Grã-Bretanha, Anthony Fowler.
Breathing in the atmosphere as he enters the Olympic boxing arena for the very first time is Liverpool's Anthony Fowler, 25 years of age, a supremely confident individual, accompanied by Paul Walmsley and Lee Pullen. He said that he has trained his whole life for this moment, and now that moment is about to become a reality. Preparing to make his Olympic debut, the reigning Commonwealth Games gold medalist, the 3-time national champion of England, receiving final instructions ahead of his Olympic bow here at Rio Centro Pavilion 6.
Introducing the boxer in the red corner, representing Kazakhstan.
Apresentando o pugilista no canto vermelho, que representa o Cazaquistão, Janibek Alimkhanuly.
Introducing the boxer in the blue corner, representing Great Britain.
Apresentando o pugilista no canto azul, que representa a Grã-Bretanha, Anthony Fowler.
Gentlemen, you keep your head up, you keep your punches up, no holding, always obey to my command. Shake hands, good luck.
The opening bell sounds in the 75-kilogram middleweight division between boxers from Great Britain and Kazakhstan. And this very much a case of unfinished business, because these two men were supposed to meet, scheduled to meet in the semi-finals of the 2013 World Championships in Kazakhstan 3 years ago, but a hand injury prevented Anthony Fowler from taking part in that contest. He came away with a World Championship bronze medal, while Janibek Alimkhanuly went on after that walkover victory to prevail in the gold medal bout and come away with a World Championship gold on home soil in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
It doesn't get much tougher than this, to be quite honest, for Anthony Fowler. This is a tough draw against Alimkhanuly, former world champion. Probably the only other tough draw in the division would be Lopez, the Cuban, would be one to avoid, but also Alimkhanuly. This Kazakh is an extremely capable opponent, but Anthony Fowler is ready for him. He's got to concentrate on that right hand, most certainly as he comes forward. The Kazakh use it as a straight right, and also a bolo shot downstairs, the whipping right uppercut into the midriff of his opponent. That would work also, but he's got to trigger the attack off.
Right hand to the body attempted by Fowler wasn't too far away when the draw came out, and Those who watch plenty of AIBA Open boxing and Olympic-style boxing knew what a tall order this opening round contest was going to be against the 2013 world champion. There's a good right hand from Fowler that wasn't too wide of the mark. He's using that right hand to good effect in this opening round. But Fowler simply responded, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. So he has no qualms about mixing it with the top operators in the 75-kilogram middleweight division, because that is indeed how he regards himself as he lands a cracking right hand on the unrushing Alim Carnally.
Yeah, good tactics from Fowler at the moment. We know Anthony has fairly slow feet. That's his style, that's his tempo and rhythm. So here, he has to bring Alim Carnally onto the shots. So it's important that he uses that jab, he triggers his opponent off, but he's got to get his accuracy and his timing together here tonight with that right hand as his opponent comes forward. Crucial that he throws it, gets the timing right.
Good counter left hand by Alim Carnally. And again, two-shot salvo by the man in red. Fast-fisted flurry by Fowler, plenty of them repelled by the gloves of Alim Carnally. And it's a furious exchange in the closing stages of this opening round. Very good round of boxing where both men enjoyed moments of success.
Thought it was a good end to the round for Anthony Fowler, most certainly. This fella did have some success as well, but Fowler ended the round well. That will impress the judges. It's a fairly close round. Paul Walmsley will be in that corner giving the instructions. There's a shot there, but this is what I'm talking about the timing and the accuracy with the work as your opponent's coming forward. He can't afford to miss. Let's have a look at the scores.
Well, across the board, they're favouring Alim Carnally. He takes the opening round in unanimous fashion for all three of the scoring judges using the 10-point must system.
Seconds out. Round 2.
Segundo round.
So we move into the second round of this 75-kilogram middleweight bout between boxers making their Olympic debuts. Cracking left hand and another one and a right hand, and Fowler's in trouble and he's on the canvas. Some forceful hooks have put Fowler on unsteady legs. He rises up, he pounds his gloves together to indicate to referee Tony Germain that he's okay. He's saying that he slipped, but my goodness, he took some heavy leather there from the man in red. Yeah, and now he's looking to hold on.
Took a couple of big shots there, didn't he? So he's trying to grab Alim Carnally just to bide a little bit more time, a little bit more of a breather. That's helping him out, but got to regain his composure here, Anthony Fowler.
Blistering start by Alim Carnally to this second round. The first shot seemed to stun Fowler, and while he was a stationary target, Alim Carnally landed another couple of shots during what was a really effective combination.
Got to watch out for the right hook as his opponent comes forward. That's the shot Alim Carnally is throwing, moving into range. There's that left hook also. Fowler's got to get the right and left hook into play here.
I'm not sure his balance is back beneath him fully. When he went forward on that previous foray, his footwork wasn't as adept as it normally is, and one wonders how badly hurt has he been by that combination which forced him to touch down. We're approaching the midpoint of the second round. Fowler's got to get his head clear and his legs back beneath him. It's worth pointing out that a trip to the canvas in AIBA Open boxing and Olympic-style boxing, no longer referred to as amateur, of course, but it doesn't necessarily result in a 10-8 round. So even though he's been in an awkward place as he takes more left hand from underneath Anthony Fowler, he could still be in the contest, because it's not necessarily going to be 10-8 on the scorecards if he can compete over this remaining minute.
Just gets caught at the back of the head there. There's Fowler, and the referee just pointed that out to Alim Carnally, but that's not a bad shot downstairs from the Kazakh. But again, Fowler comes back, got to get his jab back into play, set him up for the right hand and wait for him to come over his front foot, then throw the shot, then throw that right hand. Doesn't want to be overreaching and making mistakes. Just got to wait. See, he hesitated there, shouldn't be doing that. Let this fella come and then hit him as he comes.
Well, that knockdown and the subsequent success that Alim Carnley has enjoyed. He's seeing him box in a comfort zone right now. He is oozing confidence, hands down by his belt line, up on his toes, moving laterally left and right, and he is receiving plenty of support from the Kazakh fans in attendance. But Fowler trying to be roused by the fans as well, working away with his free right hand as he and Alim Carnley find themselves in an untidy tangle. The 10-second clapper barely audible in this cacophonous din here in the Olympic boxing arena. Torrid round by Fowler. He rises his right arm in celebration almost by reflex. But there can be little doubt that it's going to be Alim Carnley who has taken that second round. The question is, what will the margin be on the scorecards?
Tough round for him, wasn't it? Paul Warms in that corner. Let's have a look at here. This is the start of the round. Big shot there. That was the one. That was the left hand. And then he walks onto another one. You see, as he's coming forward, walks onto two shots there. There's the first, and here's the second one coming up. Just walks on. Then he regains his composure, but then gets caught again with that left hand. Just overreaching, what I spoke about before. When you're overreaching and you miss the target, you walk onto shots like that. Let's have a look.
So, two judges scoring it 10-8, Judge A scoring it 10-9. Fowler trails by 3 for judges B and C, by 2 for the other judge.
Round 3.
So going into the third and final round, Anthony Fowler, who's tagged by another southpaw right, the man in blue. He's got a proverbial mountain to climb, because against the man who was crowned world champion in 2013, he's trailing by 3 points, 20 points to 17 after being knocked down heavily in the second round, and takes another strong southpaw left. The man in red in complete control right now, and Fowler needs to do something dramatic and different, but he just receives another whipping left-hand uppercut from Alim Carnley.
It's very difficult now for Anthony Fowler. I've said before, he's got quite a slow rhythm with those feet, but he's got to change tactics or do something different. Gets caught again there, but if he comes forward and crosses his feet like that, then he could walk onto bigger shots. So yeah, it's a tough ask now for Anthony Fowler. He's got to try and find a power shot from somewhere.
Anthony Fowler, the 3-time national champion of England, 4 Great Britain national titles under his belt over the course of what's been a glittering career, from the cadet level all the way through to senior level. Got WSB experience in seasons 3, 5 and 6 as well. But he's up against an accomplished operator here in Alim Carnley, who really put his nose in front in decisive fashion, what could be decisive fashion during the course of that second round, and another arcing left hand crashes home right onto the point of Fowler's chin. There's the same shot again, and Fowler's legs appear to be somewhat unsteady.
Yeah, very hard punch to detect as well, isn't it? It's coming from his waist, he's swinging over the top. He's full of confidence now. Alim Carnley's movement is excellent, and he's just throwing that left hand, honing in on the target of Anthony Fowler. But Fowler, listen, he'll give it everything, this kid. He's full of grit and determination, is Anthony Fowler. Make no mistake about that. Never say die attitude Anthony Fowler's got.
Most certainly he is exhibiting that right now. Both of these men, as Fowler teeing off and hitting his man on the back of the head as Alim Carnley turned his back. But both of these men progressed through to this, their first Olympic tournament, by virtue of progression in their continental qualifying events. Alim Carnley won the Asian and Oceania qualification tournament, whereas Fowler came through a torrid tournament, prevailing in a 3rd, 4th box-off against the German Czech Pascali. Laid everything on the line during the course of that tournament to get his place here in Rio 2016. But this has proved to be a very difficult draw, and it's almost an insurmountable task that he faces now. Approaching the closing seconds, the Kazakh fans absolutely jubilant, because their man, the reigning Asian Games gold medalist Janibek Alim Carnley, has produced a wonderful performance here to nullify and neutralize the effectiveness of Anthony Fowler. And Fowler gives him a nod of respect. He knows, as we all know, that his Olympic experience is going to come to an end here in the opening round of the 75-kilogram middleweight tournament. He gave it everything, but he was badly hurt in the course of that second round, and Alim Carnley with his nose in front, produced a fantastic boxing display for the remainder of the contest.
That left hand over the top there, as I say, comes from nowhere, doesn't it come from his waist? It was a good performance from Alan Carnley in that last round as well. He just boxed very sensibly, lovely shots like that, but the last minute and a half or so just stayed on the back foot. He knew he'd done his job. Yeah, good performance, but it was a tough draw, wasn't it? Look at the draw again. You had to avoid the Cuban, Lopez, or Alan Carnley, the Kazakh boxer, and unfortunately for Anthony Fowler, he drew Alan Carnley.
Alan Carnley, ranked number 4 in the world, seeded 5 in the tournament. Anthony Fowler's come up against him. He knows it's not his night. Let's get the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision.
Senhoras e senhores, o vencedor por decisão unânime do canto vermelho.
So Anthony Fowler embraces his conqueror with a warm hug at the conclusion of 3 torrid rounds in the 75-kilogram middleweight division. His Olympic dream comes to an end in the first preliminary round of the men's 75-kilogram middleweight tournament. But the man bowing to all sides of the arena and taking the applause of the crowd is Janibek Alam Carnley. The world champion from 2013 goes through to the second round. Liverpool's Anthony Fowler eliminated in his opening bout of the 75-kilogram middleweight tournament. Heartbreak for the man from Liverpool. He gave it everything, but just not good enough on this, his Olympic debut.